All right, folks, welcome back to yet another episode of Fresh Juice, an indie game podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Tommy Fresh, and joined as always, it is
Maddie Juice. What's going on, everybody? If you search for indie game reviews on Apple Podcasts, we're who you found, hopefully. So, welcome to the show. There's no review today, but what do we have on the menu for everybody, Tommy?
it was a slow week for indie games, and we're just going to be talking about some games that came out or coming out this week. We do have one on the slate for next week, a little co-op action, which should be interesting. But we're gonna just catch up. Nice little easy peasy lemon squeezy episode for you all today. And we'll be talking about a little bit of news, some games coming out, answer some listener questions, and then head on home.
Yeah.
But first, how's it going? What's up? What's new since last week?
Yeah, it's going good. Had New Year's, obviously, pretty low key because we got the baby, so we're just chilling at home. We watched Knives Out, the new one, which was good. Enjoyed that. Also watched Stranger Things, not as good. And then what else? Yeah, just kind of hanging at home, getting chores done, like cleaned up the garage and stuff. I went to IKEA, which is always fun. I swear, IKEA is like you go to one and it's like going to an airport. Like it's so big and they got like just they're in their own world there. But I picked up a table that I built for a 3D printer that I'm getting hopefully eventually whenever FedEx decides to deliver it. And yeah, then we went over to a buddy's house over the weekend. You were there as well. We did some
Mm-hmm.
board games and such, or card games and Jenga, and then watched some football, which is good. Had some good food. It was a fun time. And yeah, also the baby now is having solid foods. So she's had sweet potato, she's had applesauce, like mushed up apples. She's gonna have peas, and she's experimenting with it. It's very funny to watch a baby eat for the first time because we give her like we just like let her grab the spoon and she just like chokes on it, like essentially she doesn't understand how far it needs to go into her mouth in order to eat something. But yeah, that's been fun, kind of introducing her to new foods. It's very it's like fruits and veggies right now. So I can't wait to like give her like a lemon, and just see what her face looks like, all that sort of stuff. But that's been cool, a good development in her development. So there we go.
Sweet.
Yeah, but also playing a bunch of games. I've been I got the Steam Deck, right? And like it's not that I haven't wanted to play it. It's just like when I think of playing it, I'm like, oh, it's upstairs, it's plugged in, and I'm just tired and I just don't want to get it. So now I'm like forcing myself to be like, all right, whatever floor I'm on, that's the floor that the Steam Deck is on. Because I've started doing that. I'm like, oh, I we'll talk about this in a little bit, like what we picked up during the Steam Winter Sale, but like I've been playing like Outer Wilds. I started playing some He Is Coming, Death Howl. I started Half Life One, and it's just been great being able to like, just kind of pick up and play. But for whatever reason, I was just being too lazy. So over the past few days, I have forced myself to keep the Steam Deck near, and it's great. We're watching a TV show. My wife gets up to use the bathroom. Boom, I'm on the Steam Deck. I'm getting a little bit of Half Life in, right? A little for a few minutes. So it's been fun doing that. So I've been doing that a little bit more. But yeah, back to work today. Sucks, but is what it
Yeah.
is. And well, hopefully it'll be a good year. But what about you? What's been going on in your world, Tommy?
Yeah, just kind of also did New Year's low key at a buddy's house. They have 2 year olds, or it was two couples that each had a 2 year old. So like they were more concerned about the baby getting to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just, relaxing and chilling, but it was a good time. And then painted. I mean, if you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify, you'll notice that the color of this wall is different from last episode. This is the same color that I had in the old studio, and we painted a couple rooms this week, and now we're gonna do some floors down here next. But I hate painting. It's the worst.
Yeah.
It feels just like you're never gonna get it perfect, and I think that just kills me. It really does. But
Especially like
cool.
the little edges too,
Yeah.
I'm like, I can never get it exactly. And then like you get a little bit where you're not supposed to. And I'm always battling of like, do I just leave it? Like,
Yeah.
I got to go
It's
get
like,
the white. And like, do I even care enough? Who's going to
I
see
know.
it other than me?
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, and for like the first like 4 months, you're just looking at it every single time. Really. But that was cool. And then, went over to our buddy's house, Bags, hung out, and, my PC in my office was out of commission all week because we were prepping the like paint and stuff. So I didn't get the game as much, but I did get a really sweet uh, real Game Boy, not a from a certain co-host for Christmas. That was very cool. Um, so the Mio, which is pretty sweet, it's got a bunch of games loaded on there: Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color. It's very, very cool. Was playing around with that last night. I got a dock for my Steam Deck, and I set it up, and then my controller just died, just stopped working. But I just got a new controller in the mail today from Amazon. Yeah, I hate Amazon, but it is convenient. And they came through, and I got a nice new one. It works. Nice. I played the game today that I'm going to be recommending a little bit. And also, what else is new? Yeah, it was work again today, coming back to work. But it was like everybody I work with was just like, it was almost like they forgot how to like work over break, which I totally get, because the past like 4 days I was like kind of getting like anxious. I was like, I feels like I haven't worked in like months.
Yeah, I'm still getting paid for this.
Like, I'm still getting paid, and just like, what the heck is going on? And I'm gonna hit the ground running a little bit. We have a big release at work this week, so it's just a little bit of that. But I'm excited. I'm going away in 2 weeks to Columbus, Ohio, not to brag, for a Flesh and Blood tournament, which would be cool. Haven't been able to play a lot of Flesh and Blood since I moved, so excited to get back into that. But other than that, it's just rocking and rolling. Yeah, watching some TV, watching some sports, stuff like that. Big into hurling, just kind of catching up on a bunch of hurling matches that I missed over the past few weeks. I don't know. I'm ready to play some more games. I'm ready to play the game we're going to play for next week, which is Doom Crawl. Yeah. For anybody who's wondering, but it only just came out today as we're recording, so we'll be hitting that soon. Now, we do have a little bit of news. We're going to have more news later, but a huge piece of news. Yes, that's right. You heard that right. We have a Discord. It is the Fresh Juice Discord. It is in the show notes below. It's a great place to hang out, chill, get in there. You'll be updated on free deals. You'll be updated on episodes. You'll be updated on food.
When I forget to post an episode, that'll be posted in there.
I did notice that.
Yeah, I was like, because it was supposed to go up on the 31st, and it was the 2nd, and I was like, I feel like I forgot to do something, and then I'm like, I don't know, I think I was on Spotify, and I just saw like our logo, and I was like, oh, I just ran upstairs and posted it. So apologies for that, folks, but New Year's was even though it was low key, it just got away from me. But yeah, so if you ever notice an episode's missing, the Discord is a great place to go and berate me and make sure I post it. So there you go.
Now, this week there were a decent amount of releases that came out. But first, I did want to cover Winter Burrow, which had come out last month, or actually November. But they just came out with the Winter Solstice update. I don't think we ever really talked about this game, but there was a decent amount of hype around it. Kind of a cozy, like adventure game with some crafting and stuff like that. I remember seeing the trailer for this and I thought it looked so cool. I actually might pick it up because I think it's on sale right now
Yeah,
for
20%
another
off.
couple days. Um, might play it with Lady Fresh, see if she's interested. But yeah, this game I just love the way it looks. It looks super cozy. It reminds me of like a lot of the like children's stories like you get read to as a child. So yeah, shout out Winterborough. Looking cool. Very positive reviews. 1,800 of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks cool. And do you know what the new update brings?
I
This winter
don't. I didn't even
solstice?
read it. I thought that it came out because for whatever reason I thought I had it on my wish list and I didn't.
Hmm.
And I just thought, and I guess because of this update, it showed up on new releases, and I was like, oh, this came out. And then I saw that it has an update. What's in the new update?
Yeah, it looks like new story and quests, some lights and decorations, holiday clothing like cosmetics, cooking recipes, furniture, and then it looks like a little quality of life update with a map feature based on feedback. They added a new map feature to help you navigate the Northlands more easily during your journey. And then they give a little sneak peek at the items, plus some fixes and improvements. So it seems like a pretty good update. I don't know what the
Yeah.
issue with the map was, but it's good to know that they listened to feedback and updated it. This is actually a game that I know we've chatted about before, but I guess like
Did
flew
we
under my
chat about
radar a little.
this?
I thought, or maybe offline. I don't know if we
Or
did.
maybe it was
Uh,
like in a triple I, maybe the first triple I.
yeah, it could have been. Yeah, it's because it just sounds familiar, but I'll have to download the demo and check it out. Playable on the Steam Deck too. Um, but yeah, it's survival too, so it seems up my alley.
Dude,
Look at that,
that's
Winter
all
Burrow.
you.
Yeah.
But next is a game called Gambler's Table. What's the deal with this one?
Yeah, so this one popped up. It doesn't come out technically this week. It comes out January 11th, but I just want to talk about it because I saw it the other day. It's a new incremental game where you toss coins to earn money. One of those just kind of seems like a number kind of go up game. But you build like it almost reminded me of like Norp Apolog because you're building like an army of these little guys that like flip the coins for you. And then you can buy better coins, get upgrades. You know, you got your little helpers there, and it I don't know, it just seemed pretty cool. So I'm gonna probably try out the demo. I'm hoping the price point is good when it comes out in 5 days. But yeah, Gambler's Table just seems I don't know, these incremental games just like get me where I'm like now I'm like I want to check them out. They're usually pretty cheap, and
Yeah.
this one just kind of I don't know, just seems cool to me, and I love the little dudes that help you. So yeah, something to keep your eye on.
My guess is 4.99 with
Yeah,
a 20% discount on launch for 3.99.
put it in. You sign up for a Polymarket account. Did you just bet on that?
So wait. Wait, this is where we cut to some graph from Kalshi or something like that. You've
Yeah,
been getting that? Like every
yeah,
single I'm watching videos on TikTok all the time, and they're just like all of a sudden it's like, well, if you look at Kalshi, and you're just like, what? Shut up. Like I don't want to look at like
yeah.
why
Yep.
are we looking at this?
I
But
know.
anyway.
I get it all the time. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But that
looks cool.
is if you use the code fresh on Kalshi. No, I'm kidding. That's a joke. But yeah, no, this looks really sweet. I mean, I put it in my wish list too. I'll let you play the demo and let you tell me if it's good. But it does look like a lot of fun and very silly,
Yeah.
especially when like you get all those guys flipping the coins. So
Yeah.
pretty neat. Now next is Past Fate.
Yeah, this one I've kept my eye on for a little bit. I'll be honest, there's a chance this is just terrible. But it's supposed to be an MMO that's in like a medieval fantasy world. Kind of gave me like survival-ish sort of vibes. Honestly, looking at the trailer, I'm like, there's nothing going on here other than walking.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's still like it's kind of got the theme. of something that I would be into. It almost reminds me, I'm like, is this like an Elden Ring-y MMO kind of thing? But I've seen a few people mention Past Fate. It's going to be in early access coming out January 7th. I don't know, just figured it'd be worth including in here, but there's a good chance there's like going to be not much to do in this game because the trailer doesn't really sell it for me, but I'm going to just keep my eye on it.
Well, yeah, look into the Steam page. Every single screenshot, there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
It just
And it's
it's just
crazy because it's an MMO. You would think you would want to promote like a lot of players, right? They show the chat in the bottom left here.
yeah.
There's no test chats of like, hey, like want to sell something or like I. It's very odd, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. I could get suckered into this
Yeah.
if it comes out with like very positive reviews. I'll be like, maybe we gotta try it.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm just looking for like an enemy. Like, I
Yeah.
don't even need other players. Just like, but I don't know.
There you go.
I
There's
like
one.
the
No, that's a
oh,
player. There you go. There's one.
okay, yeah,
Maybe. I
okay,
don't even know.
yeah. I mean, damage is being dealt there, so
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, could be cool. Like, not really sure. There was an open alpha playtest. I wonder if there's any comments on that. Let's see.
Yeah. Two
Discuss.
comments.
Please
Some
fix
nudity.
controller. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about.
Um. Oh, yeah, okay. People seem
People.
upset. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll
Well,
see.
we will see. Yeah.
After that, we have Fickle Card Legend.
Now this one looks cool. All right. You
Yeah.
are it's a side-scrolling. I don't know if it'll be good, but it's a side-scrolling, non-turn-based card battle game. And it's called Fickle Card Legend. But I just liked it because your character is a card,
That
which
is kind of cool.
kind of seems like a cool concept. I don't know. Looks like there's some like Chinese in the bottom left. I don't know if this is like a game that's already been released, maybe, and now it's releasing in the US, perhaps. But I don't know. That just honestly, that artistic part of the game just kind of caught my eye where I'm like, is this am I playing as a card? Is it just an aesthetic thing, or like is there this actually going to be like a deck builder kind of game? Um, so yeah, I don't know, just something different a little bit that I figured I'd include here, and they have a free demo, so might need to try it.
Um, so funny enough, I like when you scroll down to games that like I guess have demos or whatever. There's like curators have reviewed this or whatever.
Hmm.
Like a curator has thrown this into a group of things, and it's all the AI police and games that use AI. like,
Oh, really? Oh,
they
yeah.
like
Look at
everything
this.
was. Yeah,
Oh, this game extensively utilizes AI technology and character design, UI, visual effect. Oh, I'm not playing this. I apologize. Yeah, this is the whole game looks like it was made with AI.
that's possible. It's
Yeah.
possible.
Well,
They forgot to tell the AI that cards don't move like that.
yeah, right. It was never supposed to be like that.
But
Wow.
that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, concept wise, interesting.
Yeah.
But like the problem with games like that, right? Like you want a card game to be balanced,
Yeah.
right? Like are they doing any balancing, or is this just like random? Like, hey, we AI like generated this thing. You're just gonna go around and like just kill things or something like that.
Yeah. That's why I'm not sure. It almost feels like this is like it has nothing to do with cards at all. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they just look like them. So yeah, I didn't realize it was a heavily AI generated game, which now looking at the screenshots kind of makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah.
To be honest. So it's also very interesting that like there are certain things in English and certain things not in English on the same screen, like QWERTY, right? Like the
Mm-hmm.
QWERT on the bottom, but then the cards are in, I guess, Chinese or something. So it's like, well, what's happening there? Shouldn't it be the same language? I
Yeah,
guess, or I don't know how that works. Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah. So
but the next one here though does kind of look a little bit more interesting. A Pokemon like a
yeah,
battle or a creature collector with battling. Look kind of
yeah.
interesting. These are, funny enough, when I looked up this game, it looks like the second one is also supposed to come out this year. I don't know if that's
Oh,
true or it's just like a placeholder.
Evo
But
Krio is the name of the game, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
Evo and then
yeah.
Evo Krio 2 available Q1 2026. I don't know what the difference is.
Evo Krio 2. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow,
I don't know what's going on here. But
interesting.
yeah, I mean, they look like distinctly different games.
They do, yeah. And
Like
honestly,
one is more like Game
this
Boy Advance.
this one reminded me more of like I was like, oh, is this like Pokemon Stadium or something? Evo Krio. But like you look through more gameplay and you're like, okay, this is more like a Pokemon game. That's just kind of what the battle sequence looks like. Um, yeah, interesting. This one also, Evo Krio, seems to have more. It's got a video trailer, got some more
Mm-hmm.
information there than the second one. But um, yeah, that's very interesting. That doesn't make any sense. I'm adding games in here that don't make sense, folks. All right. So just keep your
That's
eyes peeled
folks.
for
This
these
is what
ones.
this time of year is like, though, for like all games almost, right? Not
Yeah.
even just indie games. Just like it's just not a time people are spending money. So
Yeah.
it's very interesting. Now, what was next? Death Machine. I know this game's legit because I've seen a decent amount of this, and I think it's on my wish list. This is
Yeah.
a Metroidvania. Why not? It was a big year for Metroidvanias last year. Let's keep it going. This one does look pretty cool, though.
Yeah. This one seems more fleshed out than some of the other ones we were looking at. It kind of gives me like Dead Cells kind of art style vibes.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a roguelite item system. And I don't know, it just seems cool. The combat seems pretty snappy. It doesn't have a demo, unfortunately. I was hoping it did, but it comes out on the 6th. So it'll already be out by the time you're listening to this. And yeah, it just seems cool. Death Machine. I don't really have much more to say. It also looks like it's a solo dev, perhaps. Philip Froelich.
Yes.
So that's pretty impressive if the game ends up being solid. But the trailers look pretty sick and art style looks awesome. So yeah, I don't know. Death Machine seems pretty cool. If you're into Metroidvanias, it's probably already on your list, but um, I'm interested in this one.
I do like that the main character is wearing like basically a Hollow Knight slash the Hornet style mask or whatever.
Yeah,
But hey, listen, it's the goat. You might as well, imitation's the greatest form of flattery, right? So really cool. Hopefully that one's good. Metroidvania fans, they're very particular about their games.
yeah.
So, we'll know based on the reviews of this game if it's for the Metroidvania fans. Now, going to next, you posted about this one in the group chat, right?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So this is a game called Dreadmist, which comes out on January 9th, and I'm actually pretty interested in this one. It's kind of like an old school looking fantasy RPG MMO, where you get to choose from 4 playable classes, level up, farm gear, run dungeons that are PvE, and you can fight other players as even PvP. It's tab target combat, which I'm not super familiar with, but I guess I'll figure it out because this game is free to play, Dreadmist,
Mm-hmm.
and from what I saw on Twitter, the creator of the game, who's a solo dev, has no intentions to monetize anything with the game because they said they're already set financially. So they literally just did this as like a passion project, I suppose. And I don't know, it kind of gives me like RuneScapey vibes a little bit. And I don't know, it just piqued my interest. I since I've been getting more and more into like MMOs, a free to play one with no monetization that you know kind of looks pretty cool. Is I don't know, just seems pretty sweet. So Yeah.
It reminds me of is it like Might and Magic? Is that what
Yeah.
I'm thinking of?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you posted it and I threw it right on my wish list because yeah, I mean, this is the way I feel like if you want to break it into the MMO game, like free to play is the way to do it. And it's nice to see that there's no plans for any monetization, but whatever. Like I think it's totally fair to add like
Yeah.
aesthetics and stuff like that you can buy. But yeah, this one, I mean, hey, listen, I'm rooting for this one. When's this one come out?
The 9th, I believe. So
Ninth.
just a
Cool.
few days. Yeah, later this week.
I'm keeping an eye on that. And then finally, Star Rupture is the last game that is on our radar for the week.
Yeah, so this one's right up my alley, for sure. So this is coming out in early access on January 6th. So tomorrow from when we're recording this. And I actually already have access to this. The devs were kind enough to give me early access. So I've already played a good amount of it, made a video on it as well. So check it out at Manny Gorm on YouTube. But this one is honestly, even though it's early access, it feels pretty good in so far at least, like in the kind of early game. It's a open world kind of base building survival game. Almost like, think like people have compared it to Satisfactory, but like with combat. So it's all about kind of automating things at your base and then going out and exploring. It's co-op as well. And it's kind of got like a story integrated too. Like the characters kind of talk, they have a sense of humor and they're talking to like people that are up at the space station or wherever they are. And then there's also this, it's called Star Rupture. There's this rupture system, which I haven't experienced yet in the game, but it's essentially, I guess, like an exploding star that kind of resets things on the world. So that you're kind of always getting fresh, I guess, I don't know if it's regenerating the environment, or I'm not 100% sure on how it works yet. But I've been really enjoying it. There actually seems to be a good amount of hype around it. I've seen a lot of people say they played the play test for it, really enjoyed it. So I think this is kind of like a sleeper survival game that's coming out, early in the year. And I think it'll be pretty successful personally. And then this is also from Creepy Jar, the developers. They also made Green Hell, which is a pretty well received survival game that I also picked up recently. So, um, yeah, I've been really enjoying my time with it. I've never really done a lot of automation stuff in survival games. I never got super into Satisfactory or Factorio, but this one's been a lot of fun so far. So I've been enjoying. I highly recommend Star Rupture, and I'll tell you too, which is great. The game is releasing for 16 bucks, and then
Yeah, I just saw that.
it's going to be only 20 bucks at launch. And I saw there were some people commenting on some videos I made about Star Rupture. They were like, "Oh, this is going to be a $60 game. Who would spend that like type of money?" And I'm like, "You guys got it all wrong. I just couldn't say anything yet." I was like, "This game is only 16 bucks, so pretty." I think it's 100% worth it if you're into survival games. Check it out, Star Rupture. Pretty cool concept, and seems pretty well made. So there you go. That's my pitch for Star Rupture.
I mean, it looks great. Like it's just like a beautiful looking game.
Yeah.
Um, I love the logo. I mean, I think if I just saw that like banner,
Oh
I'd be
yeah.
like, "Oh, what's that? That seems really cool." So, yeah, not my jam typically, but definitely, you know, it makes sense that you want to play it. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
But
they're gonna
uh,
be it's early access, and they're planning to add deck building into the game at one by 1.0.
yeah, right. Yeah, right. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, sweet, sweet. Those are all the games that we kind of had on our radar. Obviously, Dune Crawl is what we're playing for next week, which does come out. It came out today. Um, Kind of excited to play that one.
Yeah.
Had my eye on that one for like I think like over a year now. I think I put it on my wish list, and should be interesting. So moving on, it's the end of the winter Steam sale, the Steam Winter Sale. What did you grab? What did you enjoy?
Let's see. So I picked up a few games. I didn't go crazy. I recently picked up Outer Wilds. which was like 60% off, and apparently is like one of the greatest games of all time. I always hear that. Our buddy Pat has played it and says that like, it's amazing. I will tell you one thing. I'm only about 45 minutes into the game. Soundtrack is unbelievable. One of
Mhm.
the best soundtracks I think I've ever heard. And just truly pulls you into that world. I've been enjoying it. I will say there is a learning curve with like figuring out what to do. But I think that's like part of the game. So I picked up Outer Wilds. That's been fun. I also picked up Half-Life 1, and then I realized, because I was trying to, it was like $2. I realized, I like subtitles in like my story games generally. That game is so old it doesn't even have that at all. There might be a mod
Wow.
for it, but there's no subtitles at all. And then when I was doing research to see if I could like add it with a mod, people were like, "Oh, there's a fan made remaster of Half Life 1 called Black Mesa, and that was on sale. It was like 75% off. It was like $4 or $5. So I just picked that up, and I've been playing Black Mesa. It's got subtitles, it's got remastered graphics. I think it even says that they kind of like not fixed the end of the game, but just kind of streamlined it. I guess there's maybe some kind of dated things that are happening in the original Half-Life towards the end of the game. So they kind of modernized it a little bit. So I've been really enjoying playing Black Mesa, Half-Life 1. I also picked up Green Hell, which I started a little bit. That was also only like $2. Man, maybe I did pick up a good amount of things. I also picked up um, Scare Ritual, which is like I've had my eye on it for a while. It's essentially a like standalone Call of Duty Zombies game, but it's a roguelite. So I've started playing that. It's fine so far. I've got like an hour in it. Um, and it's fine. And then let's see, I picked up two other games. Melvor Idol, which is like an
Oh
idol
yeah, yeah. We talked about
RuneScape
that
kind of
game.
game. It's okay so far. It's just bars going up,
Hmm.
basically. Play a little bit of it. And then the last one I picked up that I'm really excited to play is Mass Effect Legendary Edition. This was like $5, and it
Whoa.
comes with all three games. It's not just the first Mass Effect. And I've heard great things about Mass Effect. I've never played it. I know nothing about Mass Effect at all. And it's playable on the Steam Deck. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just pick this up. I'm going to find some time to play it. But it comes with over 40 DLCs. Like everything's all packed into one. And it was like $5 or $6 for it. I was like, that's a no brainer. So that was the last thing I picked up that I haven't started yet, but I'm excited to hop in and play. So yeah, it was honestly, I didn't expect to pick up so many things during the Steam sale, but as the days went by, I kept seeing like better deals, and I was like, you know what? I want to pick it up because I'm probably gonna play it before the next Steam sale. So it was a good one for me. It was definitely a heftier one than I was thinking, but yeah.
Nice, nice. You really took advantage of it. I feel like I didn't. I only picked up a couple titles. I think I mentioned them last time, but I picked up a game that I'm going to recommend later. I also picked up Dark Quest 4, and I played a little bit of that. That's pretty cool. I want to get more into it. I guess I didn't even realize that. I think it's based on like an old board game, which is like an old
Oh,
RPG board game. And then I also picked up Nice to Yeet You, which I haven't had a chance to play yet. But yeah, I only picked up three titles. I really wasn't on my PC a lot over the holiday break, but um, I'm sure there'll be another Steam sale soon. And I'm usually just buying games like
yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
So, but it would be nice to get some stuff on sale. That's for
yeah.
sure.
It is nice
Now,
that a lot of the indie games we play, they do launch sales anyway,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Dune Crawl, right? That's on sale.
Mm-hmm.
So there we
That's on
go.
sale.
Boom.
Money's on sale. But other than that, there's a little bit of news. First is in Steam's awards. I guess it's all votes. Hollow Knight Silksong won Game of the Year. Can you believe it?
Oh my God.
43 million votes.
That's it. There's 43 million.
It's
Uh,
crazy.
that is crazy, and I honestly feel like the crazier thing here is that there are 43 million, at least 43 million people on Steam. I don't even know how many people are on Steam,
Yeah.
but 43 million of them voted for Silksong, which is amazing. I wonder how much of a difference it was between the runner-up and Silksong. Because I imagine if they're pointing out that it was 43 million votes, like the next one had to be like way off of that.
Hmm.
But yeah, really, I mean, great for Silksong. Um, not super surprising that it would win, but I think, I don't know when these votes took place, but maybe it was after Expedition 33 won. And so people were
Maybe.
probably they were like, all right, well, we're not going to give it to that. Right. I don't know. But
And then the AI controversy could have, kind of pushed
yeah.
people to Team Cherry. And I mean, listen, I think this game deserves all the hype, and it just
Yeah.
is that good. So, not surprised. Not surprised this one, but I would have thought maybe Expedition 33 would have gotten there too. But I think people, once something becomes the best, right? Like wins all the awards and stuff like that. That's when the contrarians come out.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then there's also when a lot of people come to the game to play it and they realize I don't even really like this. I don't like, this isn't my style of game, yada yada yada. So there could be that weird backlash like after, like the pendulum swings the other way, where a game like Silksong is old faithful.
Yeah. Yeah. And I also think that personally, I think a game like a platformer like Silksong probably appeals to more people than Expedition
Mm-hmm.
33 anyway, right? Um
Yeah.
and I'll be honest too. I've started Expedition 33 probably 3 times, and it's hard for me to get into it for some reason. I feel like I just got to stick it out until I like start understanding why
Mm-hmm.
people love it, but I, it hasn't hooked me yet, basically. And I've probably played like an hour of it 3 times, just from the start because I always forget what happened. So we'll see what happens, but yeah.
I do have a theory about that. Like, I think that there are there's a certain like group of gamers that's like pretty prevalent right now, which explains a lot of like the winners of Game of the Year over the past years that really just want like a cinematic experience, right? Like
Hmm.
a movie experience where it's like an epic tale, getting told to them. Where we're always talking about story. Like we want something told. Like Death Howl's a great example, right? We want something told through the gameplay, really, rather than like that's just what we like,
Yeah.
right? Like I'm thinking back at like Ocarina of Time, right? It has like a big story that's happening, right? I don't know if it's the greatest story, but it's just kind of like archetypal, right? Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
But like there's cutscenes, but like they're so minimal, right? Like when like they're showing the Triforce getting made, like there's just like a few blurbs of like text,
Yeah.
but there's like it's very effective, right? Where I think some people want like it to be because I remember I had a coworker at the time of Expedition 33 coming out, just like talking about the story and like like when so and so said this, I was like, I don't know if I've ever talked about a video game like that. It's more like that Joker was so sick when I got it in that combination with other Jokers and
Yeah. Yeah.
and you know, yada yada yada. So
Yeah.
maybe that's just my theory here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're wrong. I mean, there definitely are certain games where like I like this, like there's cool story elements where I'm like I'm not really
Hmm.
playing. Like I'm just thinking of like The Last of Us or God of War, but like I'm more into like the gameplay side of those. But I think you bring up a good point because the game like Dispatch, right? Like
Hmm.
recently came out. People love it. And there's like barely any gameplay at all in that. Really, it's just you're kind of, from what I understand, like choosing things, making choices almost like a telltale game. and it's kind of just being told to you. And that did
Hmm.
so well, that yeah, there's definitely a group of people out there that like just want a story kind of told to them. Um, and that's fine, nothing wrong with that. But I also
Yeah.
enjoy a story through the gameplay typically more than, a lot of
Yeah.
cutscenes or something. There's definitely been games where I'm like, are these cutscenes going to end? Like, when is the
Yeah.
game going to start? So yeah, I definitely get that.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, like, and I think like another good example of a game that does really good optional slash storytelling through gameplay is like Hades. I think is like a game that like really nails it,
Yeah.
right? Like where you can experience as much of the story of that game as you want. You could really get dive into it, or you can just have it told to you through you just playing,
Yeah.
which is great as well. Now, we did find one list of, well, there was a couple lists, but we picked one list of some indie games we need to keep on our radar. This is from inverse.com, starting with Pathologic 3, which I don't even know if I knew about the other two. But
Yeah.
I guess this is more of a sim of sorts, like this is probably what we were just talking about, a game that like really is like you're just experiencing the story.
Yeah, definitely not something up my alley. It comes out January 9th as well, so just right around the corner. But I guess people like the first two. It's an immersive sim with surprising depth. And then apparently it says all three games retell the same story from different perspectives, which is kind of interesting. So you can start with this game without having to play the other two, which is a really interesting concept. But um, yeah, Pathologic 3, it's a game, and I
I
don't
guess
know much about it.
we got to keep it on our
Yeah,
radar.
we do. We do.
And then
Uh,
a point and click adventure, Perfect Tide Station to Station. Point and clicks. We played one
yeah.
point and click this past year, and we did enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. And this is a sequel to Perfect Tides, just came out in 2022. It says it follows Mara, a teenager in the year 2000, living on an idyllic island, but longing to get away. I feel like it's pretty interesting having a game that takes place in the year 2000, as if that's a while ago. That can't be
It's like
that long ago, right?
only a quarter of a century.
Oh no. But yeah, it seems cool. It comes out January 22nd, and people really enjoyed the demo apparently. So just another one to kind of keep an eye on.
Yeah, and then the next one, this is a game I've heard a decent amount of, was Cairn. This
Yeah.
is a mountain climbing game. I guess it's mostly a sim, but like really just looks beautiful. I think there is like when I think of like a game like Death Stranding,
Yeah.
I think it was inevitable we would get more games like that that is just a different form of transportation.
Yeah.
And this one's mountain climbing.
Yeah, I talked a little bit about this one in like I made a video about like some survival games coming out in January, and this is kind of in that category. It's not like a traditional survival because it is more of a sim, but it is definitely a game with a lot of hype around it. And I know you also have to control your limbs separately. So it's kind of like
Mm.
there's other games where that happens. So that's some people are really into that. Personally, I find that more frustrating than anything, but some people really like those sort of games. Um, and also, it's hard to see here, but like the backpack system in this game seems kind of interesting too. Where it almost like when you go to your backpack inventory, like everything's kind of jumbled together as if you just kind of threw it in there. So I guess you need to manage that somehow as well. Seems kind of interesting. So this will definitely be one to keep an eye on. I don't know if I'll play it, but I'm curious to see if it like lives up to the hype of what people want to see. And there's been a few other, I think, climbing games as well, but this one by far, I think, has been the most hyped that I've heard about. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if I'll play it either, but it does look amazing. It's like I don't know if I can ever get behind those kinds of games, but this could be
Yeah.
one. We'll see.
Yeah.
Next is Don't Stop Girly Pop. First of all, great name.
Yeah.
This game looks insane. It's like crazy, chaotic aesthetics. It's like all like I'm on the Steam page right now, and just you have like a flip phone that like some weird stuff is happening on. It's all pinks and purples and neon colors, but it's a shooter game. I am not really sure what to think of this game, but you know, listen,
Don't stop.
this is also like early 2000s aesthetic. So like kind of funny. It's two games that are talking about the early 2000s. Is that the next big thing? Like I think I just saw an iPad Nano.
Yeah. Yeah. An iPad Nano or iPod Nano
iPod. Yeah.
with a little triangular trackpad here. Maybe that is the next big thing. I don't know. I've seen some games in like the 90s aesthetic as well start popping up a bit more. But I wouldn't be surprised, there's a group of people out here that find this, this is their 80s, right?
Mhm.
So and God knows we got plenty of games from that era. So um yeah, I don't know if this is my kind of game. It seems like a kind of like an arena shooter, but definitely has, you know, it's fully embraced its own theme, right? And it
Yeah.
knows what it is, it seems like. So uh Don't Stop Girly Pop coming out this month.
Coming out this month. Next, we have Demon Tides, which is the sequel to what's the name of the original one?
Demon Turf.
Demon Turf.
There
It's
you
like
go.
a 3D platformer. Looks pretty sick. If you hop over to the Steam page, um, feels like it could be kind of a winner in that genre. I mean, this is a hard genre to like really do. I think we talked about that with what the hell was that called? The what the hell was it? We just talked about last. It was our biggest disappointment last year. I already forgot about it.
Oh, our biggest disappointment was Ruffy and the
Ruffy,
Riverside.
Ruffy, Ruffy,
Yeah.
and the Riverside.
Yeah.
Like
Don't
it's a
mention
tough
that.
genre to nail. This one
Yeah.
actually looks pretty sick.
It
Pretty
does, yeah.
vast.
Yeah. It kind of gives me like Sonic Adventure vibes, kind of a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, it seems pretty cool, actually. I've never heard of Demon Turf either, so I wonder if that's any similar to this or if this is like a big change for that
No, it
franchise.
looks
But
like another 3D platformer. A
okay.
little bit more of an illustrated um kind of aesthetic, but looks pretty good too. It's got
Yeah.
very positive at 508. I guess not a lot of people played it, but it is published by Playtonic, who published like Ukulele
Mm,
and
yeah.
games like that. So they're big on that genre.
Cool. Yeah. It also says, yeah, it says releasing on PC. I wonder if this has been available on something else before, but um,
Yeah,
Demon Tides looks cool.
Demon Tides,
And then this
and then
next
Slay the
game,
Spire.
yeah, we don't. No one even knows about this next one. It's a little underground game, Slay the Spire 2. Um, you know, Probably will do amazing. I'd
Yeah, I'm
say
excited for
it's
this
gonna
one.
do pretty
Yeah,
good. Yeah. Um, so hopefully it actually comes out this year. I mean, I know it says March 2026, but I know it was delayed. But
yeah, we'll
yeah,
see. I mean, yeah, I'm excited for it. We talked about this a little bit last year, but or not last year. Well, I guess it was last year when we recorded it.
yeah,
Last episode. But yeah, if this just is managed to just be a better Slay the Spire, right? I think we'll all be pretty happy.
yeah.
Um, you know, hopefully they try some innovation, but you don't want them to stray too far. But yeah, it should be interesting. Next is a game called Abyss X Zero. Now this seems like kind of a weeb game. If I had to guess, I haven't even looked.
Yeah, this what's interesting about
Yes.
this as well, like this is a very interesting list because a lot of these things are coming out in January.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is supposed to be for 2026. This says doesn't even have a date yet. So how do we know it's coming
Mm-hmm.
out this year? I don't know. Um but it's a 3D Metroidvania. But yeah, it seems like it's kind of got some weeby vibes there. Um, but I don't know.
I
I don't
just
know
don't want
much
to be
about this.
tricked like
Yeah,
Beyond Citadel,
it could be another Beyond Zelda. It kind of has like little Soulsy vibes too. Like
Yeah.
you're doing these boss battles and stuff. I do like the art style in general.
Hmm.
Um, it's just the characters aren't too bad. They're not too, out of our like preferences, but yeah, interesting. I'll have to
Man,
check this
whenever you
out.
see an X in between two words, you just know this is going to be anime inspired somehow.
Yep.
But hey, listen, different strokes for different folks. Next game is Mina the Hollower. This is by the people who created Shovel Knight. This game is probably going to be awesome because Shovel Knight's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this one. This one is like kind of closer to the Legend of Zelda vibe rather than the 2D platforming that we saw with Shovel Knight. So it's like they're sticking to the old school vibe, but they're exploring genres within it, and
Yeah.
I imagine this is going to be great. I like this is going to be hard to like be bad. Like based on
Yeah.
what we've seen from this and like what we know from this is Yacht Club Games,
Yep.
right? Yeah. And funny enough, they always would have a booth at PAX and it was just like Shovel Knight, Shovel Knight, Shovel Knight. Are you ever gonna make another game? Yes, they are. It's Mina the Hollower.
There it is. And apparently it was supposed to come out October 31st, 2025. That's what it said at the end of this
Yeah.
trailer. But I
Yeah,
guess it's coming out
originally,
this year.
and then
Yeah.
they delayed it.
Yeah. Looks awesome though. Definitely something I think we'll be playing on the show. If I had to
Yeah,
guess. But yeah, excited for this one.
absolutely. And the next is Virtue and a Sledgehammer. What is this? What the heck is
Virtue.
this?
Virtue and a Sledgehammer. So this is a game about a sledgehammer. No, it looks like a narrative. It's classified as a narrative exploration game. It's kind of interesting. Um, so again, kind of what you were talking about before, right? Or maybe it's a little bit of a story told to you, but the art style seems interesting. Uh, yeah, I don't know. This seems like a game. It could be hit or miss, but it is published by Devolver, so it's got that going for it.
Yeah, they tend to really do it. So I mean, it does look really cool. Like if the gameplay like hits here, I can imagine this game being
Yeah.
a big deal this year. Like like a couple of these, I'm like a little bit like, is this going to be as big of a deal as this article is making it out to be? This one, I believe,
Yeah.
obviously Slay the Spire, Mina the Hollower, probably Cairn, but this is another one that I could see. And then finally, we have Witchbrook, which is a kind of like a Stardew Valley
Yeah.
style cozy game. Which, listen, Stardew Valley is one of the biggest indie games of all time for good reason. Also,
Yeah.
I don't think we talked about it, but it's Concerned Ape who makes Stardew Valley, right?
Yep.
He made like a big donation to the programming like thing that he used to make the game.
Oh, I saw
Just like,
that. Yeah.
yeah, just like Concerned Apes always stays winning. I feel like
Oh yeah.
just kind of like the pure indie spirit. But that aside, Witchbrook does look cool. I mean, it's a for a certain kind of player. It has the online co-op, which people will really enjoy. I know they like that in Stardew Valley. Um, Looks neat. I think I could see maybe Lady Juice enjoying it. Maybe Lady Fresh. It's got like some Harry Potter vibes here.
Yeah. Yeah. This is I've heard of this game before. I think I've seen it developed on TikTok. Like I get the developer talking about it. But yeah, it's kind of like got the witchy vibes, a little witch life sim essentially. And it is developed by Chucklefish, who they have made a good amount of games. Wild Frost.
Mm-hmm.
Starbound. Um,
Wargroove, that's a great game.
yeah. Time Spinner. I've never heard of that one, but that just sounds cool. Yeah, I think this is gonna have kind of a cult following. It's gonna be one of those games, Witchbrook, but I definitely have heard of this one before. So I know people are excited about it. But yeah, seems pretty cool. Hopefully it's good.
I have faith in it. I think it's going to
Yeah.
be good. Now, we do have a couple of listener questions, and we'll say our goodbyes and recommend something for the road. First comes from R Carp, who says, with the Animal Crossing New Horizons update going live this month, who is your favorite Animal Crossing villager?
Oh, me? No. My favorite villager. Uh,
I will say
hmm.
I'm partial to a lot of the frogs.
You like the frogs? Yeah, I don't know all their names or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Oh
Frogs are
yeah,
cool.
I only know their names while I'm playing, and like
Yeah.
they're in my town. But like Camo Frog was always a cool one. There's the one that's like a robot frog, right? Ribbit, maybe that's what
Oh,
he's
okay.
called.
All right.
I
I
don't remember.
there's one I like the penguins.
Penguins
Uh
are cool.
yeah, what is his name? There's a penguin. He's like he is very he just eats snacks all the time. He's always asking for snacks and stuff. I forget what his name is, but he was a cool one. I also do love, like, if we're counting, the museum guy, the owl. What is his name?
Oh yeah,
He's always I always like scaring him when he's sleeping,
yeah.
all that stuff. Wade. Wade is his name, the penguin.
mm.
Um, he is. I'll probably go with him because I always, honestly, like most of the villagers, I just like ignore. Or not ignore, but like if they come to me first, basically. But Wade, I'll go out of my way to talk to him because like he just has some funny dialogue. So I'm gonna go with Wade for my favorite
I,
villager.
I remember, like, I mean, I think people still do it. They like try to get
Yeah.
all their villagers to be their favorites, right? And they're just like people would freak out if the wrong villager comes, and then like they're like trying to bully them out of the town.
Yeah.
Lucky the dog, the one that is dressed like a mummy, cool,
Oh
very
yeah.
cool. And then I also like all the octopuses, like Octavian, pretty cool. Whenever they have like that really deep voice, kind of makes me
Yeah, yeah.
laugh. People love that Raymond cat with like the glasses.
Hmm.
Yeah, Ribbot was the robot frog. He was sick.
Oh
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like weird. Like
Ribot.
you get these like random, like kind of
I'm
like
gonna put it up.
put it up,
There he is,
Ribbot.
Ribot.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
goat right
That's
there.
pretty
Holy
cool.
moly!
That's pretty
Yeah, pretty
cool.
sick. Pretty sick.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Wade is the penguin. Wade's pretty
Yeah,
sick.
that's Wade, dude. He's just chilling, man. He's got no pants. I don't know if
Doesn't
any
need it.
do any of them.
I don't
Yeah,
think they
some.
do.
I don't know. I don't know.
At one point, I think on my island, I had Zucker and Octavian, which is the two octopuses.
Oh my. Oh, that's cool. I've never had an
Zucker,
octopus on my island.
Zucker was
That's
sick.
that's
And
awesome.
Octavian, obviously, just cool dude. A little bit, a little chill,
Oh
with some
yeah.
motion. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, look at
But
him. They don't make pants for them.
no, they certainly don't. But anywho, next question comes from K Moore. How do you prefer your big soft pretzels? With salt and a cheese dip, or cinnamon and a sweet dip?
So I actually if I could do a third option, I prefer my big soft pretzels with spicy mustard, spicy brown
Ooh,
mustard, or like a
yeah.
just a good like seedy mustard. I
Mm.
love my pretzels with that. Out of those options though, I'll choose the like with salt and a cheese dip over like a cinnamon pretzel with a sweet dip. I'm not really into. I mean, like the cinnamon pretzels and stuff are fine, but I never like order them. Like honestly, my go-to if I'm going to like Annie Ann's, I'm getting a sour cream and onion pretzel. That's my go-to with salt.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's my go-to. But if it were at like a, it's like a German pretzel kind of thing, I always like to dip it in the mustard and that's usually good. So, yeah.
That's fair. Now, if I'm being forced to have the dip in this situation, I go salt and cheese dip. But a cinnamon sugar Annie Ann's is like one of my all-time favorite snacks.
Really?
I
Okay.
don't dip it in anything. I'm just
Yeah.
going cinnamon and sugar to the dome.
Yeah.
Like I remember walking around the mall with like the cups of the bites
Yeah, the
and
nuggets.
then
Yeah.
the cinnamon. Yeah, you're just like, oh man. And I would always like, I also I like when there's a hot dog in the pretzel bun or in the pretzel.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
I'm all about that. A little pepperoni one too is pretty good, but like
Ooh.
cinnamon sugar,
Yeah.
so good.
The other
So,
day, well, I guess this was like 2 weeks ago, we ordered garlic knots, regular garlic knots, bit into it, pepperoni in there. We got a little
whoa,
pepperoni garlic knot, a little extra. That was pretty good. I've never had those
wow.
before. I mean, obviously, I know what they taste like, but
A
it was
vegetarian would have been
nice surprise.
so pissed.
Yeah, right? Yeah. But
Yeah.
that's not real
Oh man.
meat. Let's be honest,
It's true. Yeah, pepperoni.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not. And then finally from Coppola, we have what will be the indie genre of 2026.
It's
This
going
is
to
a good
be
one.
2000s themed anything. Uh
Hmm.
no, I don't know. It's tough because I feel like there's just a lot going on and a lot that it has been successful. Um I don't like I know I mentioned before like extraction shooters are the next kind of big thing, but I don't really view that as like an indie kind of genre, to be honest.
Hmm.
Even if some of them are indie. Um I don't know. I feel like deck builders are kind of like I just keep seeing cool ones. Like we were talking about another
Hmm.
one today that I sent you. Like I just feel like we're playing Death Howl. Like just different takes on deck builders. I think is gonna be like continue throughout 2026, and we're gonna get Black Jacket. Like there's just gonna be some good deck builder games that are coming out. Um, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if anything else is gonna really be more popular than that.
Yeah, I think so. I think that with Balatro being such a big game 2 years ago, I think 2025 we saw a lot of rush to market deck builders,
Yeah.
right? That were just not of the same quality. But if you look at like 2026, you got Slay the Spire 2, right? Which obviously already has like a standing kind of cult following. Not even cult following, it was a huge game. Like you can buy plushes of those characters. I think
Yeah.
that's like the mark of like a huge game. There's going to be, you mentioned Black Jacket. Um, there is also Vampire Crawlers,
True. Yeah.
hitting the scene, and then there could be also some surprise ones, right? Like I played a little bit of the Master of Peace, which is kind of a card game, or more of a tactical RPG. Moon Sigil Atlas was really cool. There's this Gam Bonanza game that kind of has that kind of vibe as well. And then there's this game I think if it comes out this year, could be close to the next Balatro. It's called Seal of Solitude. I
Mm.
played the itch.io like original version. That game was so addicting. And I think you're probably right with the deck builders. Like we could get like high quality deck builders this year. People are learning to love them. I think Balatro really introduced it to a lot of people,
Yeah.
even in our own circles, right? Kevin and Bags, started playing Balatro, and now they're playing like Slate Aspire, and
They like
they're
Black
asking about other
Jacket.
games.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cool.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, good questions. It's time to go to a little place we like to call the Rec Room, where we recommend something that perhaps isn't an indie game. I am going to recommend an indie game. It's called Morsels. We've talked about it. It came out a little while ago. I know it has mixed reviews recently, but I can see why some people wouldn't like this game, but it's so weird. I just kind of keep coming back to it.
Yeah.
It's like a weird creature collector meets like action RPG roguelike, and then it's got this insane soundtrack and insane like art style. There's something about this game that I just keep coming back to. It's like so unbelievably weird, and I think that if you like games like, maybe like Enter the Gungeon or Binding of Isaac or something like that, I would give this game a shot, especially if you like weird stuff. If you like weird stuff, I mean, if you're watching the YouTube, there's like a burger attacking people with olives. Like, that's insane. This game is so weird. And like, I will say, like, the there's something about the soundtrack I think is probably one of the biggest thing that keeps me coming back, that brings me back to like, it's gonna sound crazy, but for some reason I don't. It sounds like putt putt
Okay.
or like Pajama Sam or something like that. There's something that feels very 1998 about the soundtrack, and I'm loving it. So yeah, Morsels is has been a fun little time killer, and it's hard. It is a hard game, so I can understand why people don't like it, but there's just like a lot of depth here. So
Hell yeah. Yeah. I remember, I mean, this game, just the art style just looks awesome and looks weird and funky. And it'll probably be something I end up playing at some point. But keep me updated on it. Keep me updated. Because honestly, even looking at the game, I'm like, this is a creature collector. But yeah, it
yeah,
seems really cool.
like the main mechanic here is like you find cards, and the cards don't really have a lot of info on them. Like, once you collect them, you get like a journal. You can go see what they do. But once you find a card, you turn into that creature, and you can have up to 3 creatures at a time. When you die as the creature, you lose it, but you still have the other creatures. So when you run out of your creatures, you die for real.
Yeah.
And they all have different attacks and different specials and stuff like that. So like, you kind of like will get offered a choice of some creatures that you can pick from once you start getting the hang of what they do and what you like to play as. Like, there was one that like I was like, oh, this one's gonna be really good, but then all it does is just throw a huge volleyball and doesn't come back to you. You have to go grab it and then start throwing it again. Like, it was like very weird. But
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds dope. Sounds dope.
yeah, yeah.
From my side of things, I am recommending, it is a game. It's a fan made game that I've been following for a while, and it finally came out. It's called Delta Online. It's a Gears of War. Essentially, they took like Gears of War 3, put it on PC, and added a bunch of like quality of life stuff to it that was like never in the original Gears. And then they kind of also they added like a server browser, which like the original didn't have, or like the original Gears of War had, but not Gears 3. You can unlock characters in the same way you do for Gears, but this is the reason I'm calling it out is because first off, it plays great. I played a few matches on PC. Very surprised at how well it played. I think they essentially like decompiled like the actual Gears files and then rebuilt it. They don't take donations or anything, so it's like totally free, but you have to join their Discord in order to get it. That's the only official way to do it. Don't get it any other way. But as of right now, I think they paused registrations because they expected, I think they said a few hundred people to be interested. There's the first day over 10,000 people joined the Discord, and
Jeez.
they're like just a small team of fans. Like, they don't, they're like, we need to pause this so that we can try to fix all these server issues that are happening. I have no idea how much it's even, I don't even know if it is costing them any like, server costs, because everything is, I can just host the game myself, but it's really awesome. It's honestly, I've seen a lot of people say that this is like the best Gears game that's come out in a while. Gears of War 3 is like my favorite Gears game. And this is just really awesome to see. I hope it doesn't ever get like taken down. It's got PvP, it's got Horde, Beast mode, it's got a Rebirth mode. I don't even know what that is. That's like something new. So I'm gonna be playing it whenever I feel like playing Gears. I already got it. And just a really cool project. I love these fan made projects that come out. We talked about Pokemon Lazarus. That's another cool one. But this one, I just feel like it's just such on a bigger scale because like you don't really see like this game was never on PC in the first place, and now you can play it on there. So awesome job by them, and hopefully they end up opening up registrations and everything kind of goes smoothly from there. But just want to give a shout out to Delta Online. Any Gears of War fans out there, highly recommend checking it out if you can. Yeah, there you go. Just a cool project.
Yeah, that seems awesome. Yeah, I mean that's pretty insane. It feels like that moment in The Bear. If you remember in like the early season when they turned on online orders and just like
Yeah.
they're like, oh no, shut it off.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly like what happened. They had to like restructure their entire Discord because they were like, we weren't prepared for like this, this influx of players coming in. But it also just goes to show you that like, hey, maybe the fans know what they're talking about because they've had all this
Yeah.
interest, right? And Gears has kind of fallen a little flat in the previous releases. So, maybe hire these people. They clearly know what the fans want. So, anyway, very cool project. But
Yes.
there we
Yes,
go.
sir. And another good episode in the books. We're gonna be playing Dune Crawl for next week. You can find me on all socials at Fresh Buds Pod. I have another podcast called Fresh and Buds, where I talk about a game called Flesh and Blood. This week, I have my first guest ever back on the show. He's been on multiple times. Taylor Morrow, just one of the best buds I've made in the game. And we just get a little silly and we just laugh. We just laugh for a whole hour. So if you want to hear a whole hour of laughing, hop on to that. But we got some great stuff coming out there as well. But if you want to follow us on all socials, it's Fresh Juice Pod. Matthew, where can people find you?
Find me at Matty Gorm, GRM, on all socials other than Instagram at a YT at the end. Yeah, go check out my survival videos and all that sort of stuff. So, boom.
Boom. Stay juicy, juice heads.